Pat Green in studio with us, PFG, baby. What's
Got
up, man?
that right. I forgot you knew my middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
We
of
know,
people
we
your
know
middle name.
all the middle names.
Right. F is common in country music. It was Waylon F. Jennings, Johnny F. Cash.
Yes. It's quite a heritage.
It goes
to
on
yes.
and on, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Oh, that was one of my best moments early in our when we just started the show. Pat was playing at the Varsity next to LSU, and I got to bring him on stage, and I got to lead the crowd in the
chant?
Pat
Yes.
F.
The
Green
iconic chant.
Yes.
Yeah. Fun story about that. My wife was at a show at Green Hall, famous venue down in South Texas, and it was her grandmother's first show to come see of mine. And,
Her grandma got to experience that.
yeah, and, you know, her ninny, sweet ninny, she's 90 years old at the time. And anyway, she, you know, the crowd's going crazy and doing the chant, and Ninny turns to Corey and goes, "Does that mean you're going to be Corey F. Green?" It's like the first time she ever dropped the F-bomb in her life.
Oh,
you
no,
know?
wow.
So I was proud to, you know, corrupt my innocent grandmother-in-law.
That's awesome, man.
Ninny, whatever they was. Man, congrats! You got new stuff coming. Is this your first new album? And
It's like 6 or 7 years.
years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not in a hurry, and we had nothing to do during COVID, and you know, the bug gets you when it gets you. I've never been a guy that hurries up about records, and not ever in my life. Only when I was with B&A, and obviously on those those early big years, they're very insistent that you do a record a year. That was very difficult for me. So because I don't write like other writers or some. I mean,
Yeah,
I just write when I write.
And then having to trust co-writes and also outside material. You're like, I don't know, this isn't speaking to me.
So yeah, that's where we were in the boredom of COVID, and I was like, okay, there's nothing else to do, and I can either do this or sit on my, I have a little white chair that I sit in all the time, and my wife threatened to burn me and the chair at the same time if I didn't go do something. So I made a record.
were the years that was a weird time. It was kind of like because it was like Pat Green is a Texas guy, and then now he's everyone wants him. He's being bid on to do a Nashville record deal, and then gets it. And then was it kind of like the dog chasing his tail and getting it, and you're kind of like, eh.
No, here's what I knew. Okay, in the days that I met y'all when y'all were still in Baton Rouge, when that was all getting going, I knew that Texas, by its demographic, bought 30% of all the country music purchased in the United States at that time.
Wow.
Right? And I also knew that if I could capture that one state where I was from, thankfully, that I would have a lot of leverage in Nashville. Because I knew, Willie's in Nashville, Waylon's in Nashville, Johnny Cash is in Nashville, George Strait's in Nashville. Everybody signs record contracts here. So I knew that if I had a big chunk of where people buy country music, that when I came here to get my deal, I would be able to say, hey, I'm going to sing the songs I want to. I don't want to wear a cowboy hat. And, I may or may not wear pants.
And they have to be cool with it, or else you go elsewhere.
They negotiated you out of that last part, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I do
Patrick's
wear
putting
pants
that in
now.
his
all the
next
time.
contract.
That's in my new contract. That's it.
So yes, I got a lot of heat from because we did get such a good groundswell organic type following in Texas. But I'll take it, right? I'll take the heat because what came after that was 16 top 40 hits and being able to have a 20-year relationship with the biggest, morning show in the U.S. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be sitting right here right now. I do mean us.
I'll say this because
I honestly didn't think he was even talking about us.
It always, no, he meant by size, by weight.
Sometimes you just got to put on the knee pads and kiss a little ass.
I just, there's so much of a dumb backlash, and I really do hate that.
Yeah, but I just roll with the punches on that.
People always say sellout, and I hate the word sellout because you know what? If you were in that same position, you would do the same exact thing. Don't try to act high and mighty.
Man, I am phenomenally pleased with my selling out.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are.
It's got a new one out. It's called Build You a Bar. Let's get it on now. Pat Green in the studio with us, and we'll talk more with our old friend, Mr. Pat Green, next. Pat Green, the new one. There you go. It's called Build You a Bar. The videos. I love the video. It looks good.
Thanks. Yeah, we filmed it here in Nashville.
It's nice.
It was wonderful because we've done a lot of videos. 3 days, Wave on Wave, Carry On, blah, blah, blah. There were multiple day shoots, and I was at every shot. And this one, they said, you're going to be here for 1 hour. I was like, great. I love you. That's great. This is awesome. It's the perfect old guy
That's a fantastic
video.
idea.
Right.
We got in trouble way back when Big D and I did a video to Carry On where we were out flying our planes.
That's
and
right.
we got busted.
Beautiful.
Like they flagged us. We're like,
Oh,
but,
back in
but
the
we're
early
just-
days.
Yeah,
when
we're
they were
just like
you
trying
can't
to
use this song on a video.
Yeah, we
yeah.
did.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm
guilty.
I'm sure it cost you literally tens of dollars.
Yeah, it was.
Legal fees.
Pat Green is with us. The new album is going to be called Miles and Miles of You. It's coming out this fall. We'll talk more with Pat Green next. Pat Green is in the studio with us. So we've got a new album that's going to be birthed sometime in the fall. You got to gestate, man.
Takes a
some
lot to
time.
birth a record from
Takes
a guy
time.
like me.
Take some time.
So
Hey,
you're like an elephant gestation period.
Right.
Because aren't elephants
Right.
like 18
And
to 20
then-
months?
And the annoying baby weight that I put on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's been over a year since we recorded it. But I think, like my dad always said, the only thing you learn from patience is patience. And we don't want to be in a hurry. And we knew that when COVID gave up, or people gave up on COVID, I should say, that the floodgates would open and people would be really wanting to get out and go, do their thing. And we didn't want to put it out when people were still locked in the house. So that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
you think about all the art. I mean, man, we have had a lot of artists that come in to this, they come in and then they leave, and we never see them again. And it's a real blessing to be in the position where you're at as an artist.
Oh, I thought you meant I was annoying that I keep coming back.
No, we love that you come back.
I mean, it really is. I mean, that the fact that you can do something that you love. I mean, when you walk out on stage, it's like, I mean, that's like, it's so much fun for you.
Well,
It's a whole, and you see it. You're not tired of it.
It's the same for y'all. I mean, and I know it is, because when you get to a comfort zone in your career at an early age, when you're like me, like I'm 50, I just turned 50 in April, I have a deep sense of gratitude for whatever's out there in the cosmos on my team, because I love my job. Let's be frank, y'all don't work very hard, and neither do I.
But no, we do. But it's a mental.
Don't work them, no.
Actually, the mental work is
It's
hard.
a lot. It's a lot.
And it's
Right,
just like
for
you.
sure.
And performing is easy for you now. It is.
But at the same time, there are days when you're feeling bad, when you've got
Sure.
a lot of weight on your shoulders. Could be emotional weight, could be whatever, and you have to go on stage and be that dancing monkey. It's hard to do. I mean,
That's true.
Lord knows if people knew the stuff going on in our lives daily.
But I still think y'all got it better than me.
you think so?
Really?
Yeah, y'all didn't have to travel to
Yeah.
Medford, Oregon last weekend to pick up a check, right? And take 2 days because of canceled flights to get back home. I tell people that all the time. I'm not really, I mean, I can sing and I can entertain, but I get paid to travel.
I don't understand how you guys. I would get so sick of singing the same songs over and over.
That's a Ray Wiley Hubbard who wrote Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother, famous down in Texas for just being, he's like a Fraggle, is my wife. Y'all remember Fraggle Rock?
Yeah.
Of course.
Right, that's what he looks like. Anyway, he told me one time about singing a song. He goes, man, if you write a hit, you better be ready to sing that Mother Scratcher for 25 years. And I was like, that's what you do, man.
Yeah.
But that's how you make your living for your family. That's how I'm putting my kids through college. It's how,
We tell
And you
people
also
that
get the reaction from a crowd.
tell you,
I got to,
100% right.
As somebody who goes to see her favorite bands 18, 20 times in a row, I don't really get tired of hearing you play them and then seeing the different reactions.
i.e. Flicker Stick.
No, yeah, he called me out because I told Pat that I went to see Flicker Stick because I know he knows who that is because they're from Texas.
Wow, congrats.
You're the one.
Congratulations.
You're the only person who knows.
You two are it, aren't you?
Moving on.
Look at boy.
But it is
yeah.
cool too. But we tell young artists when they first come in, the very first time we meet people, we tell them all the time, you need to make a promise to yourself. Only record songs that you love,
Yeah, that's true.
because
Or that you
like.
or that you like at least, because you don't know what the single is going to be.
That's true.
And it gets out there, and if it blows up and you hate it, you have to live with it for the rest of your career.
That's true.
I'm not going to name names, but I know a few guys from the 90s who recorded some songs that they really hate to show up and sing every day. They really,
Oh, they
hate
really
this
hate
shit.
cashing them checks, right?
That watermelon
Right?
crawl must be tough.
No, that's not the one, man. You know, I can. Yeah, okay.
Is it start with honky donk?
No,
I'm lucky. I wrote most of the songs that ended up on the radio. "Let Me" by Beeson was one of the ones that was a big hit that I didn't write, but it's a beautiful song to sing. It's way up in the register. It's sonically it's pleasing to me to sing it. So there you go.
off the later records, my favorite is "Way Back Texas," and I know
Way-
you didn't
yeah,
like that, but I absolutely love that song. I hope
I
you
love Way
don't
Back
hate
too.
playing
No,
that.
I love that song. Well, it's so visual, and it's so touchable.
I'd say Nightmare.
Nightmare. I love that song, but the memory of that song, which I don't know if you know, I wrote that the day my grandfather died.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a tribute to him. And then on the Billy Bob's live recording, I was like, "This is one of my favorite songs." It was brand new, and now it still just brings up this painful memory. But, but now I got to sing it all the time. So,
No, you don't have to.
I do. I mean, people love that song. So yeah.
You could do that dumb wave on wave song you got. God,
ridiculous.
what a piece of garbage that is.
Speaking of Wave on Wave, here it is.
Thanks for the house in Colorado.
There you go. It's Pat Green. Pat Green is one of the best. If you've never seen Pat in concert before, man, you're missing out. Patrick has a Pat Green tattoo, a tramp stamp, and it is.
So do I. I have a Randy Rogers on mine. There in the back.
How many times have you seen Pat in concert?
At least 25.
Wow.
But I mean, it was accessible back in the day
Sure,
because when I was in
yeah.
college, she showed up like every 3 or 4 months.
I like to
you
say
know?
I've been to 80 to 90% of my shows.
Dude, what do you?
I said that when before you got here, I told Dee, I said, I don't ever feel old until I see like my niece who I remember when she was a baby and now she's got kids and she's
Yeah.
in her late 20s, and I go, oh God, Pat's gonna show up and I hope he doesn't remember me, because if he does, he's gonna remember like the 20-year-old kid with long hair.
You're
who
literally
followed him around. And now
unrecognizable.
I'm like an old man with gray hair and I'm fat and I'm like,
I always
oh, that's
thought you looked
probably-
like Jay and Silent Bob. That was always my thing.
With
Now he
what?
looks like both of them.
Now if you added them together, I
We've
think
come full circle.
He kind of looks like when the FBI does a missing kid photograph, and they say, "Well, he would probably look like this," and it's way off.
It's way, yeah.
They have no idea who they're looking for.
That's not a radio laugh. That was actually funny. Right? Y'all know the difference.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, for sure. People go. That's the thing. You get certain artists get this. I don't want to say cult-like following. It's kind of it's a cliche, but you go to so many shows. I mean, you got this dingle dork going to 25 shows. I mean, that's
Yeah.
borderline. That's weird.
Carson follows Def Leppard and Garth Brooks around religiously.
Nothing wrong
And
with
like
that.
3 other
Why are y'all
bands.
beating him up on this deal?
Yeah, I think
What
it's
is
weird.
wrong?
I think it's weird.
Guns N' Roses.
He thinks it's
and
I'm going to see Duran Duran in August.
solid.
I'm getting backstage. If I have, it's the last thing I do. I'm going to bust over the barricade.
I don't know. It just seems. First, I don't. Live shows to me are like. I can see it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Just
he
film
doesn't
it.
get
Big
it.
D
It's
does
his
not.
thing.
But I will agree, 25's a lot. Like, I've only seen Duran Duran one other time. It's only one
my
other
God.
time.
Oh my God, he'll be in his car crying after this. Oh my
This
God.
isn't happening.
It's not that he's mad.
By
Patrick,
proxy.
I'm totally messing around.
I mean, I could say mean stuff, but I'm not going to say
is
mean stuff.
all
I don't
in
want to
good-
hurt Pat
Hey,
Green's
Pat,
feelings.
Pat, look at him and go,
Hey,
listen,
Pat, the last 6 records suck.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, I've seen you alive. I've seen Randy Rogers more.
Hey, listen.
Oh, that's the ultimate, like, deep, early 2000s
That's
Texas
hard.
country
Yeah.
stuff.
Randy's doing great, man. He's the guy. He and Wade Bowen. I listen to the way that their vocal presentation is, and it's so unique. And so I'm happy for both those guys. They're truly
Do
talented.
you feel like I mean, I know you, I don't know how much people say this to you, but I'm sure it's a lot. Do you feel like you paved the way for those guys? Like you were the first kind of independent artist to come out of Texas, get a Nashville deal with that different sound?
I think the best way for me to answer that is to say that I'm really glad that I was one of the first early ones to truly make it. And I think it's that person's responsibility, no matter what genre you're in, to help out who comes next, because you want your genre to succeed. You know, and so without those guys, then my validity goes down if there's not other people going and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's how we have longevity in Texas music, is because it's just thriving. There's so many just Texas only music radio stations. You know, it's,
That's so cool though,
Yeah.
because so many people in your position would be bitter at the guys who came after
never,
them.
no, but
you
not
know?
only that. I mean, I love those guys. I've known them since
Since they were
we
babies.
started. You know, and I mean, I was only like 10 years ahead of some, most of them.
Yeah.
But they have great talent. They have great families. We just actually all of the Texas music scene was down in Cabo 2 weeks ago for 2 weeks. I mean, Co Wetzel, me, Randy, Wade, Casey Donahue. It was Casey Donahue's has a big event down there. I should have said his name first, but Casey and Melinda put on a huge event, and they rent out an entire resort, and everybody shows up. Mike Ryan was there. I mean, everybody, Josh Abbott, blah, blah, blah. And we just all go down there for a vacation for a couple of weeks every summer. And it's great because all of our kids come and we get to, go out on boats and do the thing, right? We get to celebrate each other. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can follow Pat on his social media. It's Pat Green Music. Pat Green Music. He is not important enough just to get Pat Green. So
No,
just
you could go back Garth, right? Yeah, it's just Garth. But no, I couldn't just say Pat. That might be Pat Boone or Pat Benatar.
Pat Green Music. And the new album coming out sometime this fall as well.
Miles and Miles of You.
Miles and Miles
Check
of You.
it out, y'all. And there's a lot of it the content's already out.
Okay. And also check out Build You a Bar. The video is out and the song is out.
There you
So
go.
check that out. It's good. I guess we'll see you in 7 years.
It had been 7 years since I've been in here.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it's been 7 years.
No, you're lying.
No, for real.
No, I looked it up. It's been
Yeah,
7 years.
I've worked here 6.5 years,
and she's never met
I've
you.
never met you. So
I defer. I guess.
Before you leave, can you just look Patrick in the eye and tell him that you're not mad at him, you're just disappointed? That would
That's a
just
you're-
put him right over the edge.
Before you leave, do you have Randy's
Hell,
phone
table
number?
for
Can
one,
you give
something
it
by
to
the
me?
fire. I did have his number, and no, I
Oh, I was
won't.
worried nobody heard that joke. That
What
was
did you
so good.
say?
I said, before you leave, do you have Randy's phone number? Can you give it to me?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I'll hold it up for 1 second. If you get it all, you
That's
can keep,
good for
you
you.
can call
There
him.
you go. Pat Green, everyone. Thank you, Pat.
Toodles.
Hey, if you like that video, go ahead, like, subscribe, click the bell, you know.
You have been told what to do. Do it.